You people, I get a lot of messages of people asking me to find them jobs abroad. That, please, Terry, I'm your fan. I follow you very much. Could you please find me a job up where you are, even if it's cleaning a house? Listen to me very carefully, my dear. Very carefully. Coming abroad here is fate. It has many reasons. There are some of us who are here because maybe they're lucky or they're forced to. Some are forced to, some are lucky somehow, and some are just surviving. I've not even greeted you yet, but let me just say this.
Number one, Kenya mzima, East Africa, mambo ni hapa, kila kitu ni tamu zaidi.
You can be successful anywhere in this world, even where you are. For you to be able to type that message on Facebook, you're already better than many other people. I am not successful. I just have a calling of speaking and sharing. The riches that I have is my voice and my confidence and my boldness. That's the only thing that I have that I can say that's my wealth. I'm not different from you at all. In fact, you are much better than me. Those of you who live maybe home, whether it's in Uganda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, South Africa, wherever, Honolulu, wherever, and you live in your home, maybe with your husband, self-built, you drive your car within your country, you go to work every day, you can afford to go out for a drink. Some of us here don't have that privilege. Though, in the diaspora also, there are people who are also lucky. Maybe their parents paved way for them. They came here as immigrants and made some empire, and now they come into it. There are people who come and get lucky and meet good people to lead them to a good life. There are people who come and struggle very much, but at the end of the day, do the same things the successful people in Kenya are doing. And there are people also who are not lucky here, but are just forced to stay here, even though they know their luck is in Kenya. They're forced to stay here because they don't know how to risk going back home. So they prefer to stay here and suffer, but the people who are left back at home, their younger sisters and brothers, can go higher. Those are people who sacrifice their lives for other people. But there are also people who give up the life abroad and go back to Kenya 100% sure that they're going to be successful there. So once they're back there, the people who get successful there really, but the people who don't. One of the reasons why some people don't get successful in Kenya is you can come from abroad with degrees and masters, but the education here is on another level, being that they have different syllabuses and different ways of teaching and whatever. So when they come to Kenya, the employers in Kenya already know that they will need more money. Yet, the people who are educated in Kenya get lesser for the same job. So they prefer to employ the Kenyan graduates than the diasporan graduates, which is very, very understandable. So don't think that if you go abroad to study, it will boost you in getting a better job in Kenya. It would be even wiser for you to think self-employment instead of thinking employment in Kenya. So not everybody who moves back from abroad to Kenya becomes successful. But people are different. There are people who come there and get successful, maybe in employment too, if they're lucky, or in self-employment. What I'm trying to say in short is that you can be successful anywhere. It is just about your faith, your luck, and how much hard work you put in it. That is what I'm trying to say in short. So don't think that me abroad in a white kitchen here, in front of a screen, is more successful than you. All I have here is a camera and my large mouth. Nothing much. You know, I don't want to be mean. So what I know, the experiences that I have, even if I was not lucky to be, or let me just say the mistakes I made and the things that I know I cannot achieve but somebody else can, are what I share. All the things that the things that I see other people doing that I know I'm lucky to see them doing so that I don't do it, but I'm also having the responsibility of warning the younger ones, the people who have not yet seen that, to weigh options before getting into it, is what I do. It doesn't mean that I'm better than you. I'm not. I'm just Terry from Nia, my mother's last born. Nothing much. And this is just a hobby, like a calling. This is not what gives me food. Those jobs you're asking me, those jobs you're telling me to give you, those jobs are hard to get here. That cleaning job, that job you're telling me, Terry, nitafutie hata hiyo job ya clean. You're saying hata hiyo job ya clean. Somebody here has been applying for that job ya clean na party. In Germany, there's something called human rights, which is really, really, really taken care of. Human rights is number one. So whether you are a maid, a housemaid, and that is why at this point I'm also going to support my sister Winnie Odinga. Winnie Odinga once said that housemaids should be paid at least 50,000 and above. She didn't mean it directly that you should take 50,000 out of your pocket and give it to a house girl. All she meant was that these house girls are also just doing a job like you. As much as you also go to an office in town, the people who you're living at home, they're also doing a job. And they have families to take care of. When your maid is in your house, their mother is back in the village, maybe their children, they left them to their mothers to take care of because they're going to the city to work for somebody in the house. They're not as lucky as you to go and work in an office, but they're just as lucky as you to be human and to be able to do something you can't do. So because you can't take care of your child in the house, you want to go and work in an office, then you are going to take up your job of taking care of your own uterus. So Winnie just meant, please don't see that if you have a house girl coming to your house and then you're interviewing her and she's asking you to give her maybe 10K Kenyan shillings or 20,000 Kenyan shillings and you're feeling like, a maid? A house girl? How now? How do I give you 20K? This is a job, okay? So how you feel going to work is how you should also think of this girl. So just minus your salary a bit, include her in your salary. That is when they can also take care of your children well. Because if you mishandle her or let me say degrade her, then when you go to that work, that is when you find that they'll be taking your husband's clothes and taking photos with, you're belittling them. So what do you expect? Do you expect to be given, do you expect them to deliver more than you're paying them? So always sometimes you have to listen to things but interpret them. Sometimes people just don't find words. Like me, I'm not an English girl. So to find the real words to tell you these things is hard. But I try to use the words that I have, the little words that I have in English. And when I speak Luo, you also complain. So I only choose the ones I can use, and then I expect you to interpret it in your own way. I expect you to think deeper. So Winnie did not really mean that now all of you are so rich, you have to give your maids 50,000. No. She just meant that please, if you want good service, if you want your children taken care of well, if you want job well done, if you want them to stay with you longer, then see them as also employees. Just like you are seen as an employee at your workplace, or just like you see your workers as an employer, okay? At work in the office. That is what she meant. So these jobs you're asking me to look for you, these jobs I don't know, cleaning the streets. I also heard about these jobs when I was in Kenya. I used to tell my friends, Kina Lydia, that when I go abroad, even jobs at street, I'll just wake up in the morning and go to the streets and wash. Not knowing, people who clean the streets are also employed by a company and they are paid per hour. They are paid well. Because that job of cleaning the streets is also a job. No driver wants to drive on a dirty street. So that is why you don't have to look down upon city council employees, Kanjo. Not all of the Kanjo people are poor, don't have jobs, so they're going for Kanjo jobs. That department in government is there because it is very, very much needed. And for it to function, there must be workers, employees in it. So please, people who want a job in Germany for cleaning, these jobs are just like the jobs every other person do. And to get them, you have to apply, write a CV. For me to get a job of cleaning the street up here, next to the hospital, up here opposite my house, I have to write a CV to a company. It is a process. I have to go for an interview. And I have to do probation to see if I can do it well. And once I prove myself that I can clean those streets properly, then I'm given a team and I'm given the money that I deserve. Not because now I'm a cleaner and somebody else is driving a car. No, because now I'm an employee. And so I'm going to be paid just as much as any other person in any offices are paid per hour. If it's 10 euro per hour, even me, a cleaner, I'll get that 10 euro per hour. Because I'm going to pay tax just like you're paying the tax. If you bring a maid in your house, it's more expensive here in Germany than any other thing. A maid in your house, if it's a live-in maid like in Kenya, You have to pay for her upkeep. You have to pay for her hospital insurance. You have to give her free, but it's not free that you choose that. Auntie, utakuwa na free sato ama Sunday after kama baba Kiarie na watu wake na Kiarie wako nyumbani, so utaenda free Sunday. Hello? Not in Germany, not here in Europe. Auntie will have free every Saturday and Sunday, whether you like it or not. And this auntie is also only going to work for you for 5 hours a day. If it's a lot, then it's, let me say 7 hours. Not more than that. Just the hours you use in your office from 8 to 5. That is also the same auntie will use. After that, auntie is free. For her to come out of her way to come and work for you, she's also just human. She has to feed some mouths also. So please, don't ask me to look for a job for you in Germany. I can't. This kitchen is white because I clean it myself. You see, I have a sponge just like you. I wash my vyombos alone. I do it just like you. So please don't write to me again to look for a job for you. Those jobs even us are looking for. Last but not least, stay happy.
Proud chocolates.
You know, that is what Winnie meant.